The world is full of many beautiful things and people that we don't understand. We can see beauty in nature and design and only fathom how it was created. The secrets of the universe are within our grasp only if we take time to look and understand. Something I've always found extremely beautiful is the geometry of Islamic art. Its tessellations, its interlocking patterns, its intricacies have always fascinated me. I wanted to learn more about how and why they were made, so I began researching Islamic geometric patterns. Islamic geometric patterns were created because of the principle of Islamic and iconism, which prohibits the making of any living figures, as that is God's prerogative only. Therefore, Muslims combined math and art for religious decorations, as a way to connect to the universe without committing blasphemy. They are formed using only a ruler and a compass to create construction lines consisting of polygons in contact. This combination of interlaced and repeating polygons are tessellated to form complex patterns. These patterns begin with a circle, in combination with either a square, hexagon, or pentagon. I wanted to design a way to educate people about the beauty of Islamic geometric patterns. I knew how museums have been incredibly informative in displaying this sort of information, so I began to look into exhibition strategies. A key component of exhibition design is creating a narrative for the flow of the exhibit. A path must be created for the user to follow. It will begin with a rationale or premise, followed by context of the storyline that is being displayed. It is up to the designer how the path will be classified and experienced. Next, I began researching trends in museum and exhibition design. I found overwhelmingly that immersive and interactive design was on the rise as a way of displaying exhibitions. I spoke with immersive and interactive design expert Hunter Spence to find out more about how to create an immersive exhibit.
How do you define immersive design in general?
Being immersed in something is actually more of a feeling. Maybe you're even in some sort of flow state within the experience and you sort of forget what's on the outside.
What are some of the most important things that you consider when you're creating an immersive experience or environment?
First is the story or the narrative or what you're trying to say or communicate. I kind of always fall back on, if we didn't have any of this technology or awesome design, wrapping the story in and of itself, is it interesting? And the story that we're telling it, is it interesting? I tend to think of multisensory. Right? So you're immersed in the experience, which means you have more than just one or two senses firing. I think some of the best experiences that I've ever made, it's because we paid really close attention to sound and audio.
When you're using immersive design to let's say educate someone, would it be the same thing where the story is the most important?
A lot of it at museum experiences, right? They're there for the purpose of education. Can you educate through fun ways? Can you use, I like to use this word, edutainment. People are more apt to learn when they don't know that they're learning.
Learning how important the narrative and story was to exhibition design and the immersive experience, I decided to first focus on that. I wanted to create a story that not only showed how these patterns were created, but also how widespread these geometric patterns are. I decided that I would show 3 patterns, created by each of the 3 basic shapes used to make these patterns. I would also choose these patterns from 3 completely different areas in the world to show how many Islamic cultures utilize this tradition. I chose the Ben Yusuf Madrasa in Morocco for the square pattern, I chose the Alhambra in Spain to show the hexagon pattern, and I chose the Itiamad Ud Dawla in India to show the pentagon pattern. Per my own time constraints, I decided to make just one of the immersive experiences within the exhibition, rather than make the entire exhibit. This way, I could show a piece of what I wanted the exhibition to look and feel like. I went to the High Museum of Art in Atlanta and looked at the exhibition halls that could feasibly work with the exhibition I wanted to create. The immersive installation shown in this clip is a tessellation of the hexagonal pattern at the Alhambra. It begins with the user interacting with the kiosk by touching the base shape that will tessellate. Next, a projector projects the process of creating the pattern on the wall. I also wanted there to be a sound component, as per my research in immersive design, that would make the users feel as though they were at the Alhambra. Near this installation in the exhibit, I would like there to be more information and artifacts about the Alhambra for users to learn more about what they are interacting with. The beauty of Islamic geometric patterns cannot be understated. With my project, I hope to create an experience that allows people to learn, understand, and further interact with this beauty.